What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from Player Essence, and welcome to the News Essence video. Today, we've got some awesome information from the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 big New Game Plus patch being delayed, to the Guilty Gear producer forgetting that his game runs on PS3, and also Hideki Kamiya already has ideas for Bayonetta 4. So awesome stuff all around, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're gonna go ahead and start off with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Nintendo Switch. So there was supposed to be a patch that dropped this week on the Nintendo Switch for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but unfortunately that patch has been delayed. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. What they said on the official Twitter account is that they found a bug. This is probably one of the biggest updates that they're going to be releasing because it adds a brand new game mode called New Game Plus. And for those who don't know, New Game Plus is when you're able to beat the game, you can actually restart it with all of your like blades and your different weapons and your level and all of that stuff. So they're adding all of that plus extra equipment slots, just different various things that's really going to enhance the gameplay. There's also some other things that they were adding in, and there was just a bug. There was just a bug that just caused them to just say, nope, we got to delay it. Now, the new release date for this, or at least the ETA, is going to be March 2nd / March 3rd, depending on where you live. So we're going to have to wait just a little bit, but I think this is a good thing. You know why I think this is a good thing? Because I was not ready for this New Game Plus. I was rushing to try to see if I can get through and beat some of the quests. This gives me a little bit more time. I have over 120 hours into Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Every single time that I think I do something or I think that I made progress, like 3 other avenues already like open up. Like 3 other avenues open up, more quests, more different things. Zenobia's quest, in terms of the Blade Zenobia, her quest is absolutely insane that she has, her Blade quest. Like it's just too much. So I've been going around and beating unique monsters and leveling her up because she's crazy. She's probably the craziest blade, or one of the craziest blades in the game. So I've been doing that, and this gives me a little bit more time to kind of go through, take my time, and play through the game and get what I want to get before I beat it and get into that New Game Plus. So I'm actually not upset at all that there was this delay. I'm actually quite happy that there was this delay because it just gives me more time to do the stuff in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This game is absolutely massive, and I just don't have as much time to go through it as I would like, but at the same time, I'm still been able to play at least for a couple hours each night. So I'm still going through, but I'm happy with where I'm at, and I think that maybe I'll be wrapped up with the game within the end of this month, and that'll be perfect because then that'll lead right into the New Game Plus mode when they do release it in early March. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles 2? How are you enjoying the game? Have you played it? Did you recently just pick it up? Are you upset about this delay when it comes to the patch? But the one thing that I will say is that they need to make sure that they get it right. Obviously, you never want to have bugs. You don't want to have issues. And there already was a pretty big issue where like the disappearing blades after certain chapters, like chapter 7 or 8, you wouldn't be able to send certain blades out. That can really affect the game. And even when they first launched the game, there were some issues here and there with certain bugs that were causing even maybe performance problems that they needed to make sure that they shored up. So it is unfortunate that they had to delay it, but at the same time, I can understand to make sure that the quality product is out there because people are still buying Xenoblade Chronicles 2. People are still deciding whether they're going to get it or not. So it's always good to make sure that your games are running efficiently and everything, and making sure that your games don't release with any bugs when you update it, because as soon as you update or you move around things or you add in new things, a bunch of other issues can surface. So then they just decided to delay it. So what do you guys think about this here? What are you going to be doing in the meantime? Have you already finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next article here, Bayonetta 1 and 2 dropped today on the Nintendo Switch. I know a lot of the ninja out there, you guys are already playing, and Bayonetta 3 isn't even out yet, but Hideki Kamiya says that he already has ideas for Bayonetta 4, and that is great to see because I feel that Hideki Kamiya is one of the most creative minds in the gaming industry. I mean, he says what he wants. You guys all see him on Twitter. You guys might have been blocked by him on Twitter. I mean, he says what he wants, he does what he wants, and he has some great ideas when it comes to it. So it's good to see that there's so much passion in the franchise, and I think that's what I've seen over the last month or two, really, since we've been heating up towards Bayonetta. People who have never played the game have been asking a ton of questions, have been looking at reviews recently, have been asking me about the game, have been watching some of my old gameplay videos. Heck, I know some of my videos have went up by 1,000 or more views recently for my Let's Plays of Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2. So people are interested in the franchise, people are getting back into it, and that is so cool. And to see that Hideki Kamiya has said, hey, I already got ideas for Bayonetta 4. I mean, that's amazing. That is so good. That is so good that that is at that point. And that also makes me think, since he said that, it makes me think that they're kind of wrapping things up, or that everything that they wanted to put into Bayonetta 3 is complete. Because if there were still ideas for Bayonetta 4, then he'd probably be thinking, okay, well, we can put those ideas that he's thinking about right at this point into Bayonetta 3. But something tells me, since he's saying, oh, well, we have ideas for Bayonetta 4, Bayonetta 3 is wrapping up, or Bayonetta 3, they've got everything they already want in there, or that they can get in there. They can't really change things too much. So that's also exciting, because that could potentially mean that Bayonetta 3 is closer than we think it is. I mean, most people already feel that it's going to be a 2018 release, but some people do think that it might be 2019. But I'm thinking more on the end of October-ish, Halloween. If you guys remember, Bayonetta 2 launched in October back in 2014, and September in Japan back in 2014. So I'm thinking that it's going to be September or October when we get it here. So that's just exciting. Exciting all around that Hideki Kamiya has ideas, because he has such a great creative mind. And the action game, the stylish action game, more like it, that used to somewhat be a genre out there, the Devil May Cries, the God of Wars, that genre is kind of dead at this point. God of War has moved over to more of like a story-based adventure. Devil May Cry is in endless re-releases, and Bayonetta is just coming back at this point. After a 3+ year break, we're going to be getting Bayonetta 3. So to me, it's great to see that there's still someone out there willing to make these style of games, because they're pretty much gone. They're almost extinct. We're not seeing much. I mean, we do see some of the smaller developers, but in terms of like the bigger developers, they're not really doing that anymore. The types of games that Bayonetta and Devil May Cry are. So I'm really happy to see that style of game. And of course, I can't wait to play Bayonetta 1 and 2 for you guys today. We're going to be doing that live on stream, plus Bayonetta 3 dropping this year, and heck man, maybe Bayonetta 4 exclusive to Nintendo Switch again. I think Nintendo would be more than happy to fund those, especially if Bayonetta 1 and 2 and 3 do well, which I think that they will, since the Switch is popular. I think we're going to be getting Bayonetta 4 as well. So what do you guys think about what Hideki Kamiya had to say in terms of him already having ideas for Bayonetta 4? Are you guys going to be picking up Bayonetta 1 and 2 today? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the last article here, the producer for Guilty Gear recently talked about potentially having a Switch version of the Guilty Gear franchise, the XRD sign and all that stuff, Rev 2. And it doesn't seem like he's too high up on the Nintendo Switch at this point, because essentially what he said, and I'm paraphrasing here, he did say that he's not sure if it's a good match in terms of Guilty Gear, because they need to use high quality graphics. And I'm not exactly sure what he meant by that, because looking at Guilty Gear, it's a pretty game. It looks great. The graphics are really good. But at the end of the day, it's a 2D kind of hand-drawn style of game with some static backgrounds and some nice art. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure if this is pushing the PS4 to its limit. And I don't know if anybody told the Guilty Gear producer this, but his game is running on PS3 as well. And I don't see too many differences between the PS3 and the PS4 version when it comes to things. Now, once again, I'm not a producer, I'm not a developer, so I don't want to be disrespectful. This man has been making great games. Guilty Gear is a fantastic franchise. I watch it every year at EVO. The best Japanese players fly over here, and the top 8s in Guilty Gear are just absolutely insane. And I don't even really know what's going on in terms of the technical aspects of it. I just like seeing the action. I'm just a fan of the fighting genre and the competitiveness that EVO brings out of gamers. I just love watching that stuff. Even if I don't know about the game, I love watching Injustice. I love watching Mortal Kombat. I love watching all these different games. Well, I know a little bit more about Mortal Kombat because I used to play that a lot myself on the Xbox 360. But like all these other games that I don't play, like I still watch Street Fighter. I don't really play Street Fighter 5, but I like watching it. So that's just the thing. So I'm a big fan of Guilty Gear, but at the same time, I don't understand what he's talking about with his game. And BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, I mean, that looks just as good from what I can see, and that's on the Nintendo Switch. And like I stated before, I think somebody forgot to tell him, or maybe that he forgot, that his own game is also on PS3 and looks really good. And I'm pretty sure the Nintendo Switch, at least the last time that I checked, is definitely more capable than the PS3. And on top of that, if you're talking about a tournament fighter, you're talking about places to where people can play, wouldn't you want to have your game to where people can play anywhere that they want, people can practice anywhere that they want, and people can set up tournaments pretty much anywhere that they want out right there with Guilty Gear. So I can understand he probably doesn't have too much experience with the Nintendo Switch. He probably doesn't know too much about it because he's so busy getting ready for EVO, and he's so busy just getting ready and putting together things for Guilty Gear. I think they're releasing a brand new update that really makes things better in the game, even though it's already pretty balanced. So I can probably see that he doesn't have much experience or time with the Nintendo Switch dev kit. He did say that nothing's been decided upon yet. They're still looking into it. There's no decision at Arc System Works. And I think eventually Guilty Gear will make its way over. I just found it a little weird that he would say something like that. And I think at the end of the day, he was just making an excuse, just trying to say something, because it's pretty obvious that Guilty Gear isn't some type of high, super graphical effects type of game. I mean, that's just by nature, because it's just 2D, and the art style that it uses, that's just not going to take as much as a toll on things as you can say something like Destiny 2 or something like Call of Duty or something like that. So the fact that he tries to bring graphics into this, especially since his game is on PS3 and still supported on PS3, and there's been recent releases on PS3, heck, some of this PS3 footage and PS4 footage, guys, I've actually intertwined. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys can spot the difference, maybe some of you guys can or you can't. It is what it is. But overall, I think it's all good. I think eventually Guilty Gear would make its way over. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be too upset about that. We do got Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. We're going to have Smash Brothers at some point. We already have Pokken. So there are going to be good fighting games to play, and there's going to be some more that I can't talk about as well. But at the same time, I do think that we're going to see a lot of great stuff. So whether they bring it over, that's cool. They bring it over, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. We got Blaze Blue. We got other games that we can play as well. So what do you guys think about the Guilty Gear producer forgetting that his game runs on PS3 and everything else? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you're competitive or into Guilty Gear, let me know why you play the game. I would love to hear your thoughts. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon and YouTube Live gaming page and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. We also are a Twitch affiliate, so if you can give us a follow on Twitch, help us get to 1,000 followers, that would be fantastic as well. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next video. Peace.